details as India crosses the 1 lakh mark. But with this, of course, is the worry about a large number of migrant workers which we are now seeing out on the streets. And there's also much politics also taking place in this. And here we are talking about Uttar Pradesh. Now, it was a 3-day face-off. The UP government yesterday finally accepted Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's offer to run 1,000 buses to transport the migrant workers to their native places across the state. But after Yogi Adityanath gave his approval, the Congress says that they are now being asked to send all those buses to Lucknow so that they could be scrutinized and given a thumbs up before it is used to ply the migrant workers. In fact, the Congress is insisting that the buses are in Noida and Ghaziabad border, and that's where they should be allowed to ply from. Also in Madhya Pradesh, the Chief Minister has written a letter to the West Bengal counterpart, Mamata Banerjee, and this was a few days back for the safe return of the migrant labourers who were stranded due to a nationwide lockdown. In this letter, he has requested her to coordinate with the railways to run a special train between Indore and Kolkata for the safe return of Bengal's migrants to their native state. Let's go across to Pranshu on this. Pranshu, I did see that early morning release which came in from Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's office saying that it's unfair if you're given us a thumbs up now to insist that the buses will have to go all the way back to Lucknow. They will have to be sanitized and then, you send them back to transport all the migrants. What really is the reality there? And what's the status of those buses now?
Well, see, the status is not clear. The Congress claims that every bus is accounted for and every bus has adequate staff in terms of, the driver and the helper or the conductor on those buses. But where these buses are, Congress, wants us to believe that these buses are somewhere on the UP-Delhi border. Day before yesterday, we have seen that there were some buses at the Rajasthan-UP border. Government on its part says that, well, we are ready to have these buses, but first send them to Lucknow so that we could actually decide where to, put them in service. So at the moment, the ground reality is that buses are being discussed, but buses have actually not got on the ground. So this is the reality, and for migrant laborers, it's unfortunate that there is this bus politics going on, where both sides claim that they want to send buses, other side claims that it is ready to accept the buses, but buses unfortunately have yet not started operations, caught amidst the political circle.
All right, Pranshu. I'm just going to come back to you. Again, we're going to go back to all our ground reports. Here's one coming in from my colleague Deepak, who's reporting from Lakshmi Nagar in the national capital. Let's see what the situation there.
इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं पूर्वी दिल्ली के लक्ष्मी नगर इलाके में। मेट्रो स्टेशन सामने है लेकिन मेट्रो बंद है, लेकिन इसके अलावा बस, ऑटो, टैक्सी ये सभी आज से चलनी शुरू हो गई है। लक्ष्मी नगर में इस वक्त जहां पर मैं मौजूद हूं, यहां पर बसें रुकती हैं, स्टैंड है और इसलिए लोग बसों का इंतज़ार करते हुए भी नज़र आ रहे हैं। हालांकि बसें सड़कों पर कम हैं, इसलिए इंतज़ार काफ़ी लंबा करना पड़ रहा है। भाई साहब, कहाँ जाना है?
ओखला फेज 2 जाना था सर। अभी तक 1 घंटे हो गए, बस का कोई आता पता नहीं है। पता नहीं कि क्या कर रही है सरकार, समझ में नहीं आता।
ऐलान कर दिया है, व्यवस्था हुई नहीं है। जिनके पास व्हीकल है वो तो लेके जा रहे हैं, जिनमें व्हीकल नहीं है बता हम लोग क्या करेंगे।
आप क्या करते हैं? ऑटो वाले ज़्यादा पैसे मांग रहे हैं?
बहुत ज़्यादा ऑटो वाले पैसे मांग रहे हैं। यहाँ से ओखला के लिए 250-300 रुपये मांग रहे हैं।
भीड़ देखिए धीरे धीरे बढ़ती जा रही है क्योंकि सभी को दफ्तर जाना है। दफ्तर खुल चुके हैं, सारे एम्प्लॉयज़ को बुलाया गया है।
To our reporters once again, Rishika is there. Now, Rishika, what's the status there? I mean, I can see you right in front of the bus, so buses are plying. Are even people climbing onto those buses?
Well, Pallavi, late last night, yesterday, we've had a press conference by the Chief Minister and some major relaxations were announced in Telangana. Now, except containment zones, the entire state has been declared as green zones. Now, I am in Jubilee bus station. I'll just step out of the frame and ask my video journalist Venkatesh to pan and show you. What you're seeing are buses which are going to inter-districts within the state. Few of them are already filled with passengers, and apart from these buses would ply within the state to inter-districts. Now, interstate borders have been shut. Those buses will not function, but what you see here, passengers lying up in the buses, are already people going to multiple districts in the state. Apart from this, within the city, within Hyderabad, RTC is not allowed, but the rest of the state-run transport RTC buses will function. private and government offices can function with 100% workforce with necessary precautions taken. Salons are going to operate from today across the state except the containment zones and also necessary precautions taken there. However, if you see malls, cinema halls, stadiums, sport complexes, gyms, all of them have been shut, but all of the other relaxations have been given. Except Hyderabad, which is definitely a top high focus area and a hotspot in the state with COVID cases. Rest of the entire district can open all the shops. Now in Hyderabad, the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation is going to take a call on what kind of shops can open. That would be more or less all non-essential and essential shops will function, but on an alternate number. Now, the Chief Minister had said that there are 1,452 families identified in containment zones. Now all of these containment zones are in Hyderabad, the Malakpet, LB Nagar, Karwan and another area which is also talking about. Now all of these areas, it's a complete lockdown in these 4 areas, but more or less in the rest of the state it's a complete relaxation. All kind of shops would be allowed to function. Meanwhile, Andhra Pradesh is still looking at what kind of relaxations can be given. They would follow centre's guidelines, but major relaxations in Telangana, considering the state has been on a total lockdown. However, all these shops will be able to function only till 7 p.m. Post that, it would be a complete curfew.
All right, Rishika, many thanks for getting us those details. Yes, I mean, many parts of the country, they have started opening up the offices, but there's a problem there because there's a shortage or lack of transportation in many areas where people cannot find their way to go back to work. My colleague Priyanka Kanpal gets us this ground report.
आज दिल्ली में लॉकडाउन 4 का ऑफिशियली पहला दिन है। नए नियमों के साथ आज लोग घरों से बाहर निकल रहे हैं, लेकिन ये तस्वीरें, ये आप देखिए, ये शादीपुर फ्लाईओवर की तस्वीरें हैं जहां पर लोग इस पूरे फ्लाईओवर को पैदल ही पार करके चल रहे हैं। ज्यादातर लोगों ने अपने गले में ऑफिस के आई कार्ड्स जो हैं वो टांगे हुए हैं, तो जाहिर है ये लोग शायद ऑफिसेस की तरफ चल रहे हैं। कुछ लोगों से अगर बात करने की कोशिश यहाँ पर करें, भैया पैदल क्यों आ रहे हैं?
बस नहीं है।
कितने बजे से इंतजार कर रहे थे?
इंतजार तो नहीं करते, पैदल ही आ गया।
पैदल ही आ गए। कहाँ है ऑफिस?
ऑफिस से रहा मूवमेंट मॉल में।
अच्छा, तो अब मूवमेंट मॉल में जा रहे हैं, पैदल आ गए। भैया पैदल किस लिए चल रहे हैं?
गाड़ियाँ नहीं मिली,
बस नहीं मिली। कितनी देर इंतजार किया?
15 मिनट गया।
15। कहाँ है ऑफिस?
ऑफिस तो मायापुरी में नजदीकी है।
That's the problem. Offices may have opened up, but for many, there's no means of transport to go to a place of work, especially with public transport not opening up yet. Well, let's go back to some politics now, which is taking place. Remember, the finance minister in a press conference had increased the borrowing from 3 to 5%, but some conditions were attached to it. Well, Tamil Nadu and Kerala had objected to it, and the latest one to join in is West Bengal. And in fact, Mamata Banerjee has raised concerns that this is going against the spirit of federalism. She has said that if the conditions imposed on borrowings are obeyed, the state's federal structure will be gone. She's argued that the centre owes 52,000 crore of rupees to the state. Bengal government is also opposing the categorization of the red zones in the state. Shogato is getting us more details from Kolkata. Shogato, they have been asked for increase in borrowings, but the conditions is what Mamata Banerjee is objected to. But the second part is that division of zones. I mean, it's been left to a state government. So what is she complaining about now?
Well, first up, the complaints, obviously, as far as what is coming to the state's kitty, as far as the centre's relief is concerned, and that 2 lakh crore, economic package to boost the country's economy. The Mamata Banerjee obviously says that, the entire exercise is a big zero. And the reason why, as far as the state's receipts are concerned, in terms of financial aid, obviously the borrowing levels, although it has been raised from 3 to 5%, it's only 3 to 3.5%. 0.5% is what the states will actually have, as far as its borrowing abilities are concerned from the RBI and from the market. And of course, the remaining of 1.5% is condition laced, and that condition is something that the Bengal government is objecting to, and says that it virtually means nothing as far as the financial assistance is concerned. As far as left to the states about describing the zones, and having them placed. Bengal has already done that. Bengal has now divided the zones into categories. Even the containment zones have been divided into categories A, B, and C. A being the affected zone, B the buffer zone, and C the clean zone. That's what the Bengal government calls, and activities are being permitted based on the categorization of these containment zones. Starting 21st of May, the buffer zones and the clean zones within the containment zones would be permitted a whole host of activities, including movement of people, except for the affected zones, which is the A zone. 21 May would mean for Bengal, virtually opening up of the state's public life. Apart from, of course, the basic embargoes that remain clamped on them via the Ministry of Home Affairs, the central circular. Except for those embargoes, the rest are virtually going to open up from the 21st of May in these containment B and C zones. So obviously, the Bengal government has already taken a call on that, given the fact that it is already battling the state's COVID crisis situation, which is not looking very, very reassuring at this present point in time, Pallavi.